Hello, I'm Nick Thomas, Sous Chef at Casino Nova Scotia. Today we're going to prepare maple roasted cedar plank salmon, green beans almondine, and steak potato wedges. Alright, let's get started. Take our Teflon non-stick pan. We're going to heat it up, a little bit of canola oil just until it sizzles. Put on our gloves, before and after handling raw meats. Alright. This is one of our featured menu items at the casino in Trappy's restaurant. We're using fresh Atlantic salmon today. We're going to season it with a little bit of salt, pepper, and get it in our sizzling pan. Get our next pan on to start our steak potato wedges. Again, we're going to start with a little bit of canola oil. Let it warm up. We're going to get our steak potato wedges in face down. These have been cooked just a little bit in the oven. We baked them for about 20 minutes at 300 degrees to prepare them for serving. Always check periodically to make sure we get really nice color on the outside of the salmon by caramelizing our sugars, enhancing the flavors of the product. Once we have the desired color on top, we're going to take a ½ inch plank of soaked cedar. We've soaked it overnight in a little bit of warm water, and that's going to stop it from burning and smoking in your oven. Place your salmon on, your thicker side out and your skinnier side in. Place it in the oven at 365 degrees. We're going to cook our potato wedges until we have the desired color on either side. Now we're going to start our beurre blanc. We're going to take a little bit of reduction. This has white wine that's been reduced with peppercorns, bay leaves, and fresh thyme. And again, add that to our pan and bring it just under a boil until it's nice and hot so we can incorporate our butter without splitting it. We're going to flip our potatoes over and put them in the oven again at 365 degrees to cook until nice and crispy. Today we're using a nice fresh maple syrup coming from Tantalon. We've got our salmon coming from Savour. We're always trying to use local fresh produce whenever possible, and local fresh fish. It's an important part of our mission at the casino. We're going to take about an ounce of room temperature butter and add that to our reduction. We're going to remove it from the heat and whisk the butter until it's incorporated but not separated. Don't worry, if you do separate it a little bit, you can always add a chunk of whole butter to help bring it back together a little bit. Once our butter is 90% melted, we're going to add in a little bit of our maple syrup and finish it. We're going to save that for our plating. Our salmon should be just about ready. We've cooked it for about 10 minutes at 365 degrees on a ½ inch cedar plank. Beautiful. Exactly what we're looking for. Nice caramelization on the top. You get the aroma of the cedar. Last but not least, we're going to saute our green beans. A little bit of canola, not very much, because we're going to finish them with butter to make the almondine. We're going to check our potato wedges. And season them with a spice. It's a homemade spice made of sea salt, garlic, and many other little spices come together. We've taken our green beans and we've blanched them for about 40 seconds in boiling salted water to keep them nice and green. We're going to saute them just a little bit to reheat them and then add the butter. In the meantime, let's go ahead and put our steak potatoes on our plate. Green beans have started to sizzle over here. We're going to add a little bit of room temperature butter, and that's going to help bring out the flavor in them. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Seasoning goes a long ways on a nice fresh product. Again, trying not to separate the butter, and adding in our almonds. I've toasted them ahead of time to help bring out their flavor. Line the beans up as best as you can in your pan and serve it right on the cedar board. It's going to help your guests accept the aromas from the salmon and appreciate it a lot more, seeing as you've gone through all the effort to make yourself known for your cedar plank salmon. Scoop out your almonds with a little bit of your sauce that you've made in your pan and pour it over top. Finish with your maple beurre blanc. And you see that nice sheen, that's exactly what you're looking for. Finish that with a sprig of fresh dill coming out of our potatoes. And there we go. This is one of our signature dishes at Trapeze at Casino Nova Scotia. We have cedar roasted salmon, green beans almondine is our seasonal vegetable, and steak potato wedges.